Hey everybody, this is Sherry from Leafy Conversations. Today's watering day on my living stones, aka split rocks, which I just did a video on, and I'm doing another one now on my lithops. Today I need to water all of them, plus the ones that I've been caring for the roots. So the last video that I did, if you haven't seen, I'll link it in the description. I only watered the ones that have no root hairs, and unfortunately I still have no root hairs, and that's only been a week, but just to say they're still alive and kicking, and I have to take them pretty much out every other day and water the bottoms of them. So this one here is good, just needs a little bit of watering. And originally I would do all of this at my sink, but now I have to care about each and every one of them because they're all in a different stage, and I can't just run them under the sink and let water get everywhere. So that is the main reason I'm doing this video today, is because it's just easier to sit here and water them using my squirt bottle, which if you don't have one of these, I advise and recommend to get one. They're a lifesaver. These are older lithops, and they are well established. I don't think I'll have any problems with these guys. All the roots are intact. We've got some here about our splitting, so I don't do much in the sense of watering here. And again, on these, being that I water fairly often, since they're in such a dry grit mix and we're indoors and it's extremely dry and they've got terracotta pots, I water quite frequently. And that's okay. Everybody's different, everyone's situation is different. And if you've got, oh look, he's opening up. I've got two guys opening up here. Let's see if you see that. It's hard to tell where my camera's at. But anyways, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So we just won't pretend that I knew what I was going to talk about. It's too funny. Oh, I do have to say, and it's off topic, I do not like this pole that came with my pink princess, that if you can't see at this moment in time behind me, because I don't know if I'm going to use this camera footage that's facing me or not, but this here, I don't like it. And I have also read that the wood can rot. So I may be doing a video on putting together a moss pole that's kind of, I think it's plastic, I don't know. And you can put moss in it, but I'm not going to put moss in it. Simply because I worry about the bugs, and I don't want bugs because I don't have bugs, and I work real hard not to have bugs. So just not for me. So I ended up buying bark, orchid bark instead, and I don't know if that will work, but that's something that could be coming up in the near future that maybe you'll be entertained to watch me struggle through all of that. So these, they went off. Okay, I mean, you can tell these guys want out big time, but it's a slow process, and I'm going to give them I'm going to give them 2 or 3 more weeks. I mean, I don't want the outer leaf hurting or choking the life out of the new leaf. And you can tell already that they're really small. And I feel like if I don't help it out, it's going to struggle. But at this point, I don't know. Where's my... Yeah, so if you can see that. It's this one here. That's the one that I'm worried about. So I don't know. We'll see. Did I do this one yet? No. So I've done a couple of videos. I'm starting to come into a comfortable element here. And so I'll probably start acting real silly. And that's just who I am. And I hope that you enjoy my videos. They're fun to do, but I'll tell you, they're a lot of work. It's a great hobby if you like plants and you want to share your plants with others. But there's a lot of software you have to learn, and there's a lot of technology you have to have. Luckily, I'm a programmer, so it was not difficult for me at all to start it up and learn the software. It was a lot of fun, actually. I love learning that stuff. So thanks for watching, those because you are feeding my hobby, and I appreciate it. Now all of these are the ones that had roots, did not have roots. So I've just kind of kept them at the top because I keep checking on them. And then I'll just do a squirt of water and then I put them back in. So I don't like having lithops on the surface like that, but because of what I'm doing here, it's just easier. And I don't want to hurt their skin, taking them in and out so much. But I don't want them falling over either. They need, because if the roots are going to grow, I think that the pH balance of the bonsai grit is what's going to help encourage that. And if they're not in there really well, or at least down in there fairly decently, it'll be harder for them. But again, like I say, I mean, I've taken them out since I recorded my last video. I've taken them out at least 3 times. I'm not sure. These guys are really down in there pretty far. But I know, and look at this guy here. He's so small. I don't know how he could have a baby. I'll be very interested to see if he makes it, because he's one that doesn't have a root either, or not a root. Root hairs to soak up water. They all have tap roots. I mean, they can't survive without their tap roots, but not all of them have their root hairs, which is concerning. We had a nice snow today. It didn't stick, which that's the kind I like. But it was beautiful when it was coming down. And took my dogs out for a walk. It was quite nippy. But they enjoyed it, so did I. They're out with their dad now on the trails, so I thought, hey, I'll sneak a video in while I have some quiet. I love these big tooths. They're called big teeth lithops, and I'm I'm starting to think they're close to being my favorite. I just think they are so cool looking. Um, these are also big teeth that I got recently in maybe October with this other set, and then these little guys that I'm nursing. Our others don't have any root hairs. I'm nursing and really hoping that they can survive, but I don't have much hope because they're squishy. He's squishy. He's shrinking. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think any one of them are gonna make it in this pot. But I'm going to keep trying and say a little Lithop prayer that I can help keep them stay alive because they're so adorable. I just love these little plants. If they could just hang on till spring when they start to work on establishing again, I think I'd be okay. But I started buying these I think last June, and wow, I mean, I lost the first five pretty much pretty not it didn't take long. I didn't know what I was doing, but I spent hours, I mean hours online watching videos on YouTube, people taking care of their lithops and what they've learned. And I feel like that I can do this. I know I can do this. I helped my mom's sick split lithops that busted because they were in too much they were in Miracle Grow soil, and it held too much water. It held too much water in the roots, and they were about, I mean, they busted. Some of them busted. And so I went over on Thanksgiving to try to save them, and so far they're still alive. But my concern, though, when lithops get that unnatural and that size, they'll. I don't know if they can go back into a cycle like they're supposed to. I don't know if they'll ever have babies. And I feel like that, I mean, that's their job, is to die off and have a new leaf every year. They don't always flower, but they're supposed to die off and have a new leaf. And these just aren't. They're so deformed that and stretched out. I just don't know if they will. And I think that I personally just don't know if they'll make it. I don't think that they will. My mom's trying really hard, and I'm trying hard. So maybe all that trying will get us somewhere. And we'll have a nice surprise, and they'll survive, and they'll be able to they'll split and have babies. And then now that she's let me put them in the bonsai grip mix, they'll have a chance of survival, maybe. I don't know. But even this, I mean, look at me. So, Mom, I know you're listening, and I don't know if mine will survive, and I'm using the bonsai grip mix, and it's great, but it takes a lot more care, as you can see, than putting them in dirt. So, yeah. If you don't want to work on your plants, I wouldn't advise getting lithops. That's probably that is my advice for the day. One of the challenge, well, a lot of challenge, but one of the really challenging things is on these is you're not really hitting the roots here. They would have to be established root system, spread out, and I know that that's not what I have. So a lot of times when I water, they're probably not even getting hit. And that's why I like using the sink, because you douse water over them, you know your root system's going to get it. But this way you don't. And you don't want to give them that much water when they're splitting, and these two are splitting. So this is a cute snake, isn't he? I saw him on Etsy and had to have him. I got a couple different plant friends. Oh boy, I shouldn't have taken him off. There. Okay, one more, and then that'll be it for the day. When I buy from specific shops on Etsy, I try to get the older Lithops and larger ones, because those are just more established and there's less chances of error on my part that will hurt them. And this guy, I think he was 3.5 years old. I mean, he's really big. He's really big, but you can see in there he's starting to split. All three of these are splitting now. I will say here's my little problem child here. This is the one that has no roots, but he's splitting. And so that's why I know that he's putting all of his energy into that inner leaf. And that is why I tried to nursemaid him, or any of them that don't have root hairs. All of these guys have nice root hairs, and they're not splitting, so I'm okay with getting water on top of them. And if you do actually get water on top of it, it's okay. Like when I'm done here, I'm gonna go back and I'll put dab off the water, because you don't want that on there. It could possibly, I mean, that's how they get their nutrition, from the sun. All of the photosynthesis, I can't even say it, but goes into the upper leaf, and that's where they get all of their vitamins. So you don't want anything, you don't want dust, you don't want water sitting up there, it could possibly burn them. So I always soak that off. So that's all I have for today. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and if you haven't already and you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. It supports my channel and helps me and encourages me to keep going here. And thank you for loving these plants. Have a marvelous day, and we'll talk at you soon.